So we are doing this sum of absorption costing, which is of Feb-March 2018, paper 22. Can you please read the sum for me, Fatima?
K Limited has two production departments. Department A produces bicycles and Department B produces scooters. The company splits the costs of its maintenance department across the two production departments on the basis of the store requisitions.
Okay, wait. That means that the maintenance department cost is going to be apportioned between the production departments on the basis of stores requisite. Okay, go ahead.
Name the accounting term which describes the splitting of a service department's costs based on the store's requisitions.
So when you split the service department cost based on a basis of allocation, what is it called?
Apportionment.
Apportionment. So when you have to split on the basis, on some certain basis of use, okay, it is apportionment. Read ahead.
Explain how the cost of direct materials is charged to each production department.
Okay. Now tell me direct material, prime cost, normally direct material, direct labor, all these expenses we can directly trace to the department.
Yeah.
Okay, you would exactly know that this is the cost that is allocated to it, this is the cost that is allocated to it. That means you can directly tell us that this department has this material, this labor. So direct material and direct labor, how are they charged to each production department? They are allocated because they are directly attributable, or I could say it is directly traceable to the product, to the production units. But the costs that cannot be traced are usually apportioned because it is related to more than one department. Okay?
Yeah.
Now you've understood?
Yeah.
So direct material is allocated because it is directly related to the particular cost center. Go ahead. Read.
K Limited provided the following budgeted information for
So
January.
understand, this is the budgeted information. These are the budgeted units. This is direct material, direct labor, indirect material, maintenance department costs, factory rent, depreciation of factory, and they have told us that this is the production cost. Are you with me?
Yes, miss.
Read ahead.
The selling and distribution costs for January were budgeted to be 33,000 and the administration expenses for January were budgeted to be 66,000. These were to be split between the two departments on the basis of units provided.
Okay.
The budgeted selling prices were calculated using a markup of 25% on total cost.
Okay. Read ahead.
State the bases which the company may have used to split each of the following costs.
Okay. Factory rent. Rent is basically apportioned on what basis?
By floor area?
Yes. Rent is apportioned by floor area, and depreciation of factory assets is apportioned by how? By cost or the net book value of factory machinery. You should always remember this. Depreciation of factory machinery, how is it apportioned?
By machine cost?
Or
net book value of factory machinery?
again, depreciation of factory assets.
Is by machine cost or machine net book value of the assets.
Okay. Calculate the inventory value of one bicycle produced by department A. And what is this? One bicycle produced by department A using marginal costing. Tell me, when you use marginal costing, you take what cost into consideration?
The variable cost.
When you use marginal costing, you take the variable cost into consideration. And when you use absorption costing, you take what cost into consideration?
The total cost.
The total cost. Very good. So you want to know the inventory valuation of one bicycle produced by department A. What is the total number of bicycles that department A is producing?
63,000.
The total number of bicycles.
Oh, 1,000.
Okay. 1,000 is the number of bicycles that is produced by department A. I want to know the cost of one bicycle using marginal costing. That I want. Only which cost I want?
With a variable cost.
So can you allocate this? What is the variable cost and what is the fixed cost over here? Direct material is which cost?
Variable.
Direct labor,
Variable.
indirect material,
Fixed.
maintenance department cost.
Variable.
Why variable?
Oh, fixed.
Rent is also fixed.
Yeah, fixed.
Okay. Then selling and distribution cost is also fixed cost. Administrative cost is also fixed cost. Are you with me?
Yes.
Come on. Tell me, marginal costing. What is the total variable cost? 16,000 and 18,000? Yeah,
Yeah.
16,000 and 18,000.
34,000
34,000 is for how many units?
for 1,000 units.
So 34,000 is for 1,000 units. If you divide the variable cost by the number of units, you will get the cost per unit.
So 34.
The cost per unit is 34. So as per marginal costing, the cost of one bicycle is 34. Giving you time, please do it, absorb it. Now you want to find the inventory valuation of one bicycle using which method?
Absorption costing.
Absorption costing. See, when you're finding the cost of the product, okay? So when you're finding the cost of the product, you will only take the expenses that happen in the factory. Okay? Happening in the factory. Here you have your total cost. The total factory cost. Total factory cost is how much? 63,000. Selling and distribution cost is not factory costs, and administrative cost is not factory cost. Are you with me?
Yes, miss.
They are asking you the cost of one bicycle using marginal costing you did as per the variable cost. Now using absorption costing, what would be the cost of one bicycle? Absorption costing takes which cost into consideration?
Total costs.
Total cost is how much?
63,000 and yeah, 63,000.
Total cost is 63,000, the factory cost. 63,000 is for how many number of units?
1,000.
1,000. So cost per unit as per absorption costing.
63.
So cost per unit as per absorption costing is $63. Are you with me?
Yes, miss.
Okay, fine. Now budgeted profit on one bicycle. Come on, tell me the budgeted profit on one bicycle. Okay, now tell me. They want the budgeted profit for one bicycle.
Yeah.
Okay. Bicycle is produced by which department?
Department A.
Bicycle is produced by Department A. Very good. To find the profit, I want to subtract the revenue minus the cost. I will get the profit. Are you with me?
Hmm.
Have they given me the revenue?
Mm, yes.
Where?
Oh, no.
See, they told me from the total cost, you will add up markup. Markup is on? Markup is on cost.
25% of total cost.
So you get the selling price. So first thing, if I have the total cost, I can put the markup 25%.
Hmm.
If I have the total cost, I can put the markup 25% on it, so I will get the selling price. Are you with me?
Yeah.
But do I know the total cost?
Yeah.
Where?
63,000.
63,000. Very good. How about the selling and distribution?
They should be apportioned on the basis of units produced.
So selling and distribution should also go, and administration should also go to the total cost.
Yeah.
Because now I'm talking about the main selling price or main cost. Yes.
Yeah.
So selling and distribution cost is how much?
Selling is 33,000 and
Selling is 33,000 and administrative expenses is 66,000. And this is to be split between the departments on the basis of units produced, right?
yeah.
Don't worry, I will come back on. So this is to be split between the two departments based on the number of units produced. So what is the number of units that is produced by department A?
1,000.
So I have to give 1,000 units over here. What is the total number of units of both the departments? 2,200.
Yeah.
So I will divide this by how much?
2,200.
Okay. So what is the proportion of selling and distribution that would go to department A? 33,000 into 1,000 divided by 2,200.
15,000.
Yeah. And over here?
30,000.
30,000. So what is my total cost now?
$45,000
How 45,000? Factory cost
plus
plus selling plus administration.
108,000.
So my total cost is how much? 108,000. Total cost is how much? 108,000. What is markup?
25%.
into 25% is how much?
27,000
So 27,000 is the profit on how many bicycles?
on one bicycle.
Sorry?
On one bicycle?
So 27,000 is profit on 1,000 bicycles.
Oh,
Yeah?
yeah.
27,000 is the profit on how many bicycles?
1,000 bicycles, so we divide it.
Profit on one bicycle is how much?
27.
1,000 divided by 1,000. So profit on one bicycle is $27. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now they want to calculate the profit for one scooter.
So total cost?
1 minute. They want to calculate the profit on one scooter. Wait. They want cost of one scooter. Come on. What is the total cost of department B?
84,000.
Selling and distribution will be apportioned how?
1,200 divided by 2,200.
And same thing for administration. So it will come up to how much?
Selling would be 18,000. Administration would be 36,000.
So total cost?
138,000.
Markup is how much?
25.
Mhm.
34,500
So total profit for all the scooters.
is 34,500 divided by 1,200.
That is the scooters produced. So profit on 1,200 scooters.
Is 28.75.
Profit on 1,000 one scooter is how much? 28.75. You got this?
Yeah.
So with this we complete the A, B, C and D. Correct?
Yeah.
Now E. Come on, read the question.
Advise the directors whether or not they should proceed. The sales director has suggested that the company should reduce production of bicycles by 500 a month and increase production of scooters by 500 a month.
Tell me the profit per scooter is how much? Profit per bicycle?
28.75. Bicycle is 27.
Okay. Now read ahead.
Advise the directors whether or not they should proceed with this suggestion. Justify.
So they want minus bicycle. They want to reduce the production of bicycle by 500 and increase the production of scooter by
500.
500. Advise the directors whether they should proceed with this suggestion or not. Those who are watching video can first pause the video, think over it, and then come back and see. Okay? And they want you to give your advice using the financial factors and the non-financial factors. Are you with me? And this is for 7 marks. So you have to give 3 points for financial factors, 3 points for non-financial factors, and 1 mark for the advice. Come on. If I take the financial factors into consideration, profit per scooter is more.
Yeah.
Okay. And the selling price per scooter is also will be more.
Yeah.
And it can increase the profit. Yes or no?
Yes, miss.
Okay. But if I am going to increase the production, okay, for financial factors also you have to give advantage and disadvantage both.
Oh, okay.
And for non-financial factors also you have to give advantage and disadvantage both. Are you with me?
Yeah.
And if I increase the production of scooters, I would need more staff and I would have to train the staff. So this cost would increase. And if I am reducing the bicycle production, I will still have to pay the staff of the bicycle.
Yeah.
Okay. So the staff of the bicycle will be underutilized. This would so the cost would increase. So these are the financial factors. Non-financial factor is that department B will be working less. Department A is producing bicycle, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Department A would be working less and department B would be working more than the full capacity. Yes?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Maybe if you stop producing bicycle, you will not be able to satisfy your customers, and if you have demand for bicycles, you would stop. You would make your customers go to another people. You will
Yeah.
also have to see that the staff that is producing bicycle, do they have the skills? Do they have the skills to produce scooter? Because you can't just keep them like that, right?
Yeah.
Also, the resources that is needed to produce scooter is more, and resources used to produce bicycle is less. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is not possible to produce 500 scooters with the resources of 500 bicycles.
Yeah.
So now what do you think? What should be done?
So they shouldn't make it 500. They should maybe decrease the 500 amount.
The directors should see the demand for bicycles and scooters. Okay, because it is leading to profit, but at the same time, it is leading to increased cost of training. Okay, so they should see the demand for bicycles and scooters and decide accordingly. They should see the demand for scooters and this and decide accordingly. So they have asked us to calculate the overhead absorption rate. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Overhead absorption rate means you have budgeted overheads divided by your budgeted activity level. Are you with me?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Now let's talk about the budgeted overheads. When I talk about budgeted overheads, can you tell me what is the meaning of the term overheads?
The
What is the meaning of the term overheads? When I say overheads, overhead means indirect cost. When I say overhead, what does overhead mean?
indirect cost.
Overhead means the indirect cost. So if overhead means the indirect cost, my budgeted overheads would become how much? Direct material and direct labor is the direct cost, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So from the total cost of the bicycle produced that I calculated, 108,000. Okay. This is the total cost, right? From
Yeah.
this total cost, I will minus my direct cost. Direct cost is how much? 16,000 and 18,000. Because overhead is only concerned with the indirect cost. So
Oh,
from this 16,000, 63,000, 16,000 and 18,000 is the direct cost. I
yeah.
don't need direct cost. I only need the indirect cost.
Hmm.
So overhead means indirect cost. So from this 108,000, I will deduct 16,000 and 18,000. My budgeted overheads would become 74,000. This is alert. You should know over here, overhead means indirect cost. Otherwise, you will take this 63,000 and you will put over here and you will forget this both also. Understood?
Yeah.
Are you with me?
Yes, miss.
So budgeted overheads divided by the budgeted activity level, budgeted overheads is 74,000. With me?
Yeah.
Now budgeted activity level is the budgeted labor hours, correct? I'm waiting.
Yes, miss.
Budgeted labor hours. They have given us an information. Production workers are paid $9 an hour. You can see this. Yes or no?
Yes, miss.
So answer na, I am waiting.
Okay.
Production workers are paid how much?
9 an hour.
What is the direct labor cost?
2,100. Oh, 18,000.
Okay. So budgeted labor hours will become how much? Direct labor cost is how much?
Direct cost is
18,000.
18,000.
They are paid how much?
9 per hour.
So labor hours is how much?
2,000 hours.
Budgeted overheads is 74,000 divided by budgeted labor hours. Your overhead absorption rate becomes how much? 74,000 divided by 2,000. Your overhead absorption rate is $37 per direct labor hour. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, miss.
Okay. They have asked us to calculate under absorption or over absorption. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Come on, what is my actual overheads?
Actual overheads are 76,200.
And what is overheads absorbed? How do you calculate overhead absorbed?
OAR times the actual activity level.
OAR times the actual activity level. What is OAR?
OAR is 37.
Actual activity level is?
Actual activity is 18,000. Oh, okay.
What is activity level? The labor hours, right?
Yeah.
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 So actual activity level is how much?
2,100.
2,100. So overhead absorbed will be OAR into the actual activity level. It's 37 into 2,100. 77,700. Are you with me?
Yes, miss.
Actual overheads is 76,200. And you have absorbed 77,700. Absorbed means what? Recovered.
Hmm.
So it's under recovered or over recovered?
It's over recovered,
So it is
over absorbed.
over absorbed. Okay. So your overheads are over absorbed. Are you with me?
Yes, miss.
This is your G part. Done. I'll move ahead. So with this, we complete the question also, right?
Yeah.
So we complete the question of Feb March 2018, paper 22.